was born to be free.
Well, good morning. It's Sunday morning, day 4 of this sailing adventure, and you find me in Weymouth, of course, where I arrived yesterday after a long, very calm sea, no wind, motor sail, but the sails weren't really doing anything. I just kept them up in the hope that the wind would lift. Today I'm going from here to Poole, and Poole Quay Boat Haven Marina, where my dad is planning to join me tonight, and the wind is going to be quite interesting, so I don't know what this is going to bring. In theory, 15 knot winds, a little bit of wind over tide. It's going to be quite a long one, 7 hours probably, and I've got to get out of here first. So I'm here at lovely Weymouth Marina, part of the Premier Group, and I just need to head up that channel to the lifting gate and be there 5 minutes before 10. It's currently about 25 to 10, but I reckon there'll be loads of people going out, so I'm slightly anxious about this, to be honest. I'm going to have to hold station there if there are other boats, in a bit of a breeze. There's this marina, and then there's another larger marina, and then the gate, the bridge. But I'll just have to use everything I know. The good thing is the wind, which is quite strong, is in my face, so I should be able to hold station. It's not like I'll be holding station, I hope, sideways onto the bridge. We'll see what the wind's like over there. The wind indexes on various boats are pointing in somewhat different directions, so who knows. Weymouth has been lovely, had some great fish and chips last night and an early night. Didn't stay up for the England match against Panama. I went to bed at 10 and woke naturally before 7. So all refreshed, had my lovely breakfast, checked out, and just getting the boat ready. I put the chute up. I don't know if that's a mistake or not, but I've lashed it. I don't have to use it, but there's no way I want to be putting it up because the swell is going to be quite big out there today. There's no way I want to be kind of hoisting it in the swell. So even if I don't use it, I'll put it up, and I think my dad and I will use it tomorrow. There's a chance. So up and lashed gives me the choice. I think that's all there is to report. Thanks for coming with me. Let's see what I'm going to learn today. Waiting, I'm very surprised. Thanks. Good advice I was given, aim for the middle of the bridge. Obviously, might look obvious to you. Yeah, that's what's on there. Green lights. I did 2 reefs in the main because I think the wind's going to only pick up through the day. So I'll get the 2 reefs in. If I drop below 4 knots, I can shake it out and shake one of that. And St Alban Head is in the distance in the haze, and I'm trying to give it a clearer path this time, given the race that was going over there yesterday, although I still think I'll go through a race. But let's experiment. Let's trim the sails. .6 knots, a long straight course. The winds might change, but absolutely lovely. The sea has got a beautiful colour out here. Well, this is turning into a much more pleasant sail than I thought it would be. The wind is still pretty consistent, 10 knots, 10 to 11, with some gusts above that off the starboard beam. I've just been overtaken by a lovely lot under full sail, whereas I've put those 2 reefs in because I think there's going to be more wind later and I don't want to go up on my own unless I have to. I thought the swell would be bigger, maybe it will be later. Just going past these beautiful chalk cliffs and dodging a lot of spots, some of which I saw quite late, if I'm honest. They're not listening to a lot of radio traffic on 16. Okay, brought you back. It's 12:30, 2.5 hours since we left Weymouth. Sailed the whole way after putting sails up right outside. I'm always out of breath when I talk to you because I've been doing things. I've just shaken the reef, one of the reefs out of the main, so I'm now down to one reef, because everyone else hasn't got any reefs. The wind really isn't getting much above 12 knots. I could do with a bit more power because I've got a current ahead of me, and I'm doing 3.8 knots, but that was dropping a bit low. So I'll keep an eye on it in case I need to reef later. But this feels really lovely. It's the best sail I've had for ages, to be honest. I'm so glad I went to Weymouth so I could do this. This is just lovely. It's quite a swell coming in from behind, can you see? Lifting the boat of the boat. But the autotilla's doing fine. Spicy.
Switch to channel 670.
Very confused seas here. I think because of St Alban's ledge. Really just steering to wind about 120 degrees off the starboard bow over there the wind's coming from. So I don't need to worry too much about the land or anything. If I just hold this kind of wind angle, it should just get the wind through it instead of 3 knots at the moment. But yeah, we're moving around. drive. So 120 degrees gives me some buffer. It's coming up the same, actually above the height of the deck. We'll get through it. Biggest seas I've ever been in. Lift you up. Give you a bit of ease. At least I knew it was here. I was mentally prepared this time. I knew I didn't want an auto tiller under sail. I could have put the engine on, but I wanted to sail the whole way. If I have a problem, I think I'll get through this. All in the mainsail. Oh God. That's better. Oh. Did let it get away slightly then, got a bit overpowered, do you see that? But we're alright. Oh! Did it! Did it! Do this auto. Drive risk is reduced. Welcome back. Well, as you can probably hear, I've got the engine on. The size of these waves, the swell is unbelievable for me as I build my experience, and a little bit scary if I'm honest. I'm definitely pushing the envelope today. So I did sail, don't forget, all the way up to St Alban Head and through the race there. But then I was down to like 2 knots and the swell really picked up just along, I'll show you where I am, just along this piece of coastland here. Plus I've got quite a current against me, which is probably why I went down to 2 knots. And my dad is getting to Poole at around 6:30, I think. So I can't really just flop out here. I don't really want him sitting and waiting for me. So engine came on, and I'm doing 4 knots with the mainsail up. Got the preventer, which has so far prevented one jibe from surfing one of these big swells. I'm about to go around that headland and turn left down towards Swanage and Poole, and I'm hoping that kills this swell and we can get back to something a bit more fun. Right, we're making it past that headland. Swanage is down there with a military ship moored in it, anchored in it I should say. I have swung out my mainsail, one reef and a preventer line, and one of my viewers said always bring the preventer line back to the cockpit so you can let go of it. I think when I did it before I tied it onto that cleat. So we're doing 4.9 knots, 5 knots, there you go. So I'm going to let off the horses a little bit as we come around this corner and the swell decreases. And let's see if things settle down. Oh well, we did it. Sailing again. Put the sails up. 5.5 knots. Past Studland Bay. Give these fishermen a wide berth. And we'll see. Well, I'll get this. I'll get the sails down when I'm inside Poole Harbour, I think. Good evening from Poole Quay Boat Haven. It's a lovely marina. I think my dad and I were here 2 years ago, almost to the day, when we bought Santa Gita, and then we had fuel problems. There was diesel bug, and so we called in here for a night. So it's nice to be back. And so my dad's joined me for dinner. We've had a chat about what we're going to do. I think we're going to try leaving here early and going to Newtown Creek and maybe getting there just after lunch and seeing if we can get in there. If we can't, there's other choices. We can anchor outside, or we can go to Weymouth. But my dad's never been there, so I think it'd be a nice experience for him to see a place that Becky and I love. And I was there only 6 weeks ago or so. So I bought some bits and pieces. This is quite a good marina because there's a Tesco local right there. So I bought some bits and pieces for a barbecue. And let's see how we get on. Today was tough. At times the swell was quite intimidating, and my envelope of comfort is expanding, but it wasn't quite ready for that. So I feel relieved. At times I was a little bit scared. I know it all comes with experience and trust in the boat. But yeah, getting through a few places was a little bit hairy when the swell got big, and I know I did a video on that, so you can see that. But then I come and talk, and so I'm next to this beautiful boat, Oceanus 35.1, and for like 5 extra feet you get so much more beam, and they're a lovely couple. I spoke to them in Weymouth and they watched the channel, and they've just told me they've been adventuring in France and the Channel Islands. So I'm a year or so behind at least in my maturity and confidence to do what they do, but I find their story very inspiring. So it's just by chance I'm next to them, but it was great to hear their story. Thanks for following the channel. Thanks for watching the video. Tomorrow we're off to Newtown Creek.